Hello there, let's play some Factorio. I will start now a new game completely from the beginning with a random map on default settings. Free play is the standard mode of gameplay for this game, and while there are others, like the scenarios here, these are more challenges. Right now I'm just going to relax and play a game on standard settings. After the initial menu, I can choose how my map will be, the amount of resources and how the terrain is and enemies, but right now I'm just going to leave it on the default preset. This one is not the easiest, that would probably be rich resources or railroad. Default is a balanced setting for gameplay. This map is completely random. If I don't look at the preview, which is here at the bottom, I don't know what's going to be on it. It could be good, it could be bad, but let's go through and see what happens. Here I go. Okay, some trees, desert, and this is my spaceship where I crashed on this alien planet. This playthrough might go all the way to the rocket if I survive, which is not guaranteed because it seems there is quite a lot of desert around. But we can try. The game is not on a high difficulty level, so I think it is doable. First thing first is to enable Alt mode, which is the Alt key on the keyboard, to show the content of the various items which are placed. For example, inside the rocket there is some ammo and some of the fragments have a bit of iron in them. I'm going to pick those up. Then look at my resources. I have iron here, I have copper, I even have a rock which I'm going to mine immediately, which is very useful because otherwise stone need to be grabbed from the ground, which is a lot more difficult. Then I have my coal. Coal is very important for powering the machines in the initial stage and also producing electricity. So as much coal as possible needs to be extracted quickly. But there is a catch. Extracting things creates pollution, and those guys, which we can see on the map in red, are our enemies. Once the pollution reaches them, and apparently we have one on the right and one on the left, so double challenge. Once the pollution reaches them, they will be unhappy about it and start attacking my factory. So let's try to get some defenses before that. There is no direct time to do that. However, it is recommended to try to get things going quickly because those enemies tend to expand as time passes, so they will get closer and closer. With the rocks which I've mined from that big rock, I can start building my first stone furnaces, also called smelters. And starting them all, they show up as being under construction here. Place a few on the ground, place this burner drill, put some coal in it, and we have a working machine that is extracting ore from the ground, putting it straight into the stone furnace, which is then creating iron plates, just like the ones that existed on the ship fragments. With those fragments, I can create more burner drills and start expanding my base. Those are the basics, and right now it's just about scaling up to another level. Oh, we have a stone rock on the left, including the variant with big the huge rock variant, which contains both coal and stone in it. So lucky to find this one. I will mine it and increase my stock of coal significantly from one single item. I mine this one. Let's mine those here. And we have enough for a few more furnaces, 9 of them, which I'm going to assemble using shift and click. And here they are being assembled. Pick the rest of the plates, put more coal on it with the Z key, put the new furnace, more coal, and keep doing this as needed to expand the mining and production of iron. On occasion, however, it's good to look at the pollution map. Right now it's just here in the starter area, and I should be careful to avoid this pollution to get to the biters, which are the red patches on the map, before I get some defenses to deal with them. So this is the third one. I can also chop trees, which is extremely useful and necessary to clear space to allow for things to be built. For example, here I want access to this entire patch of copper, so I need to mine the trees which are to chop the trees which are covering it, which I just did. So now the copper patch is free. As you can see, my coal reserves are getting thin, so I should automate building. I should automate extraction of coal by using a few more burner drills placed on the coal itself. There is a trick with coal. You can place one burner drill facing another burner drill, start them both with coal, and what's going to happen is that each one will put the coal of the other one inside the other one. So they will both fill to the maximum capacity, which is 50, as in 50 amounts of coal. I can always grab that coal out by simply pressing Ctrl and clicking on the machine. That gets the entire coal out. Now with the extra coal, putting more in my machines, getting with the Ctrl click key all the iron plates and start crafting more machines. So for example, I want to have 4 coal machines all feeding into each other into a nice circle. So all of them are getting work done. I just picked up 22 coal from them, which should be more than enough for now to feed these few machines. But obviously we're not going to stop at these few machines. We need more and more and more. In Factorio, the factory must grow. That's the saying. Anyway, next phase. We have some copper. But maybe I should automate something else first. More precisely, the extraction of stone from the ground, because stone, here it is. I'm going to put one and another one and craft a box. And since we're out of coal, I need to grab another one. Another round of coal, putting some in these machines. And what do you know? This box will start filling with stone. I will just let it fill and use the stone from these big rocks first. Okay, crafting more stone furnaces. which then allows me to get more burner drills. Keep bumping into these things. That happens in this game. You cannot go through a structure. For example, right now I'm stuck between them, so I have to be careful where I'm walking to avoid hitting hills or machines. But right now we need to start our copper production by putting some smelters, a drill, feeding it with coal, and everything is working. And it looks like this ran out of coal, so feeding them more. All right, we have some production going. What I'm doing here is pressing the Q, the first letter on the keyboard, the Q key, to put in my cursor the same machine which is already on the ground. For example, if I want to build another smelter, I press Q, and here it is on my cursor, another smelter. Or if I want a drill, I press Q on the drill, and now my cursor has a drill. So I'm gonna put one and another one and another one, feed them with coal, and now I have 3 copper smelters, 6 coal drills, 2 stone. So all my primary resources are being extracted right now. Occasionally I'm opening this crafting menu, which is the E key, and manually crafting my stern furnaces and everything else. Let's make sure we have some wood available. What I can do with wood and a bit of copper is make power poles, because in this game eventually you need electricity for things to run. It's not possible to run the machines only with coal. The more advanced ones, they all need electricity. So the next phase of the game is to get electricity going. I need a few power poles to carry the electricity. I need 1 or 2 steam engines to produce that electricity. And I need a few boilers to convert water into steam to feed into the steam engines, and then those will create electricity. But where is the water coming from? Well, that is the offshore pump. The offshore pump is a device that is simply working. It doesn't need to be powered by anything. It works via magic, literally magic. But anyway, we also need some pipes to carry the water. I will make 10 of them by right-clicking, which makes 5 at a time. Let's feed first this with a few more coal and a few more plates. Grab all the iron so far and go to a place where there is water, which is this small pool here. And I'm not following my own advice. Check pollution. Oh, it is not good. It has spread quite a lot. So, since I have quite a lot of iron on me, 100 plates, I will use that to craft a few more firearm magazines to shoot any potential enemies that are coming to visit my base. 1, 2, 3 right clicks, that's 15 more bullets. I think that should probably be fine. I'm gonna place the magic water pump in water, like here. This pipe to ground to create some distance between the pump. I'm going to put my boilers, 1, 2. My steam pumps. Put power poles left and right, so the power poles which have a small blue area of effect for electricity, so the power poles are both grabbing but also pushing electricity. Next step, putting coal into the two machines, control key, click, click, and now we are producing electricity. So what are we doing with the electricity? Well, let's get the electricity to our mining area by simply placing a pole and then running. And what do you know? Power poles are being put down in a line. Well, not a straight line, just a line. It's totally not straight. So now we have electricity here. So what should be the first machine that is powered by electricity? It could be a radar to identify enemies, but unfortunately this consumes a lot of electricity and we don't have a lot right now. We have very little actually from only those two steam machines. The other very useful one is a laboratory, which is actually allowing the game to progress to higher levels. Everything in the game until the point of launching the rocket is creating the science necessary to progress our technology and advance to more powerful machines all the way to the rocket. So I'm going to make a lab, which you can see here requires quite a lot of ingredients. But they will finish eventually. Okay, this is out of coals. I'm going to fit it. But the lab itself requires science packs, which I can find here in this section. And I'm going to make exactly 10 of those. They take some time to craft, so I will need to be patient. Grab more coal. Feed this. This one is out as well. Grabbing all the iron. Now my science lab is ready. I am placing it down and I'm putting all the automation science packs in them. But it's not doing anything because I haven't actually started any science. So I'm pressing T and then choosing the first one available, automation. Start research. Just a note, the game itself is paused while on this screen, except on multiplayer where it's not. So when playing in single player, looking at the science and technology tree pauses everything in the world, nothing happens, allowing you to think about what is the next science that you want to go. There is a huge technology tree. What is visible here is just the beginning. And if I look on the left side, there's a lot of stuff. So I'm not even going to go through with those right now. It's just the little ones in the beginning. Okay, closing this. As you can see, the lab is now working. It is consuming the red science packs and automation is advancing. In the meantime, I've crafted the rest of them and I'm putting them in. And since automation takes 10 packs and I've crafted 10 packs, it means it will finish with those 10 packs which I've created. What does this give me? Well, it gives me a new machine, the assembly machine or assembler, and some long hand robots which are putting things in. We don't have those robots yet anywhere, but we are going to use them rather quickly for doing automated science research. For everything else after automation. Let me grab more coal. Put 25 here. What I'm doing here to access these machines directly without having to open them is keeping my control key with the cursor having coal and then right clicking on the machine, which is dropping exactly half of what I have. Unless the machine is already full, which is not. This one is actually empty. Okay. Repeating the same operation here, waiting for automation to finish. being scared about the fact that the pollution keeps extending, but we're still fine. So pretty. In the new version, since last year, version 1.0, the detail of the game has increased significantly, making it more realistic. Oh, what do you know? We have automation finished, and if I'm looking now at my crafting, this new machine is now available. So I'm going to make 1 and 2 of them, which takes some resources. And beside the machine, I'm going to do 2 inserters. These are actually moving things from one machine to another. So let's take this machine, place it here, and this machine placed here. While I'm leaving some space, you will see in a moment. I'm taking this inserter, placing it, whoops, not 2 of them, just 1. Placing it here and the second one. But we have a little problem. This one doesn't have power because it's outside of the blue area of this power pole and outside of the blue area of this power pole. So instead, I'm just going to place another one because why not? Now, what are going to make these machines? Well, easy. The research laboratory takes science packs, and currently we don't have any other colors, just this one. So it is pretty clear that the machine needs to make science packs. So I've selected science packs for this machine. This is shown here. What does the science pack need? Well, it shows quite clear here. It needs copper plates and it needs iron gears. We don't have any iron gears, so one solution would be to make the iron gears by hand from the iron plates, or putting this machine to make iron gears, which requires just plates. So how to start this entire process? I'm taking this 100 iron plates, keeping Control pressed, and that's it. We're done. The machine is now consuming those iron plates to make iron gears, which will then place into the assembly machine making science packs, but it's still missing copper plates. So I will take the copper plates, keep Control pressed, and then clicking it on the machine. And now this machine is slowly working. Once it reaches 100%, a science pack is being taken and placed in the laboratory, just like I made it myself and placed in the laboratory. So, almost automated science. Not completely, because I still have to put resources in these 2 machines, but it is semi-automated science. Let's start military, because we will need to defend from the red baddies, which are to both the left and the right. So I'm starting this. It will require 15 of the science packs, which is not much of an issue. We've put 100 plates and 190, well, a bit less, copper plates, which should be more than enough to create those science packs. Obviously, we can accelerate the process by making more of these machines. So I will pick up more iron from here. I will pick up the copper from here. Get all the coal. And now we have quite a lot of coal and quite a lot of iron and plenty of copper plates. So let's make another lab, another 2 machines, another 2 inserters. And while those are finishing here, which is a long queue of items to be manually crafted, I'm going to check our power situation because we've consumed quite a bit. So now this boiler, instead of having 50 coal as I put in it, it only has 44. It has consumed and keeps consuming them, as you can see with the red bar which is going down keeps consuming the coal to produce electricity, well, indirectly through the steam engine. And the bigger the factory gets, the faster the electricity is being consumed. So it's better to make sure those are being fed with coal at good intervals. Don't forget about electricity, because it will be a nasty surprise that everything shuts down when the coal runs out of these boilers. There is obviously a way to automatically place coal in them, but we'll get to that in the next episode. For now, let's get back to our science area and repeat the same construction. Another lab, another factory, another factory, another inserter, and another inserter. Oh look, we have military, that's nice. What shall be next? Gun turret. I cannot be everywhere. I'm only building in one place, but the factory keeps growing and there are miners in one side, power in the north, and all these assembly machines, so I cannot be everywhere to defend from the incoming attacks. So instead, you can automate defenses by placing turrets. Turrets simply take ammo cartridges and they automatically shoot any incoming enemies. So I will continue research by starting this one, which should happen a lot quicker if I'm starting this automation for the right side. There is a quick way to copy what a factory is doing by pressing Shift, right click, and then Shift, left click. Keeping Shift pressed, right click left is copy paste. So I'm doing it again here. Shift, right click, left click. Obviously this will need resources to start, which I'm going to put in. It will need copper, which I'm going to put in. And now these machines will start working and feed the second laboratory with science packs. And now the speed of my research has doubled. So if you make 4 laboratories, it will double again. With 8, it will double again. But of course, that also requires more resources. So you can only grow so much, at least in the initial stages. This is not enough for so many laboratories. But to get us through our first research and our first objects, it is enough. Okay, what shall be next? Lights is a good option to see at night because there is a day-night cycle in this game. I'm going to grab these copper plates, I'm going to grab the iron plates, and now we have turrets. I'm going to manually craft 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a small defense for me, light armor, and then craft as many bullets as I can because I am going to need them for sure. Get the coal. Oh, this stopped. Okay. No problem. We can feed them with coal. I think the first 2 turrets are resolved, so let's place 1 turret here. Take some bullets and using Z key place them inside. About 5 ammo cartridges are enough to last 1, maybe 2 attacks, but not more. Be aware that in time the attacks get bigger, so 1 single turret is definitely not enough, but just as an initial warning for me that I'm getting attacked, 1 turret should do the trick. So picking this up, placing it here, taking some ammo, putting it inside. Where else do I have things? Well, I have things here. So let's put another turret and a few ammo packs. And let's not forget about the electricity. That is very important. Another turret here with some ammo packs. And we're done. And I think that's about it for now, because my battery powered light is getting really low. Like, it's getting night in the game and it's also getting night in reality with my light which is shining on me. So I'm going to save the game and close this one until the battery is recharged. So see you later and thank you for watching. Bye.